That doesn't look safe.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But you know what could help you feel more safe?
A helm?
A VPN for your computer. That's why I'm excited to announce today's sponsor of the video, Private Internet Access VPN. You get 83% off of your VPN. That's just $2.03 a month, plus an extra 4 months off using the link in the description.
Oh, I know Pia VPN. Without using a VPN, using the internet is like having a microphone in your car. Everyone can hear you singing. Luckily, Pia VPN safeguards your internet connection as well as safeguards your personal data. Plus, Pia VPN can safeguard an unlimited amount of devices at a time. No more microphone in your car.
Thankfully, because you're not the best singer.
I know, man.
My favorite thing about Pia VPN is that it allows me to access streaming services and websites that are usually region locked. I'm in Canada and my Netflix sometimes doesn't have the movie I want to watch. Today, I wanted to watch The Lord of the Rings, but it's no longer available in my country. Luckily, in a few simple clicks, I have access to Netflix in Australia and can watch The Lord of the Rings along with many other of my favorite movies and shows. This feature supports all major streaming applications and can connect you to 84 countries and all 50 US states.
It's available on all platforms, right?
Of course! If you want to join the 30 million people who have safeguarded their data and have expanded their catalog of movies, use the link in the description to get 83% off Private Internet Access VPN as well as 4 months free. In doing so, you'd also help support the channel and that would really mean a lot. For just $2.03 a month plus a 30-day money-back guarantee, what is not to love?
Well, I'm gonna go watch Brazil Netflix now then.
Thank you to our sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. Remember to click the link in the description to help support the channel as well as increase the safety of your data. Now, let's get back to the video. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out some more Deep Space Nine, and these are two insanely anticipated episodes for me, with episode 19 of season 2 Blood Oath and then episode 20 of season 2 The Maquis Part 1, and look forward to the Maquis Part 2 coming out next week. These two episodes are so highly anticipated for me. People are saying that especially the Maquis Part 1 and Part 2, that two-parter is absolutely insane, and so I'm super excited for it. Blood Oath though, I'm really excited for as well because I'm pretty sure that's a Klingon episode and that's going to be really epic. And if you haven't seen it yet as well, I also watched Day of the Dove in preparation for Blood Oath and Journey's End in preparation for the Maquis Part 1, and then once I'm finished the Maquis Part 2 next week, I'll also be watching Preemptive Strike on TNG to kind of finish off that storyline because apparently that episode ties in to the Maquis Part 1 and Part 2. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn the lighting. We said what color? It should be boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so the lighting today, I'm gonna go orange for the lighting today because both Klingons and Cardassians, I think those are the two villains, I guess two species that we're gonna be getting today. Blood Oath being a Klingon episode, and I'm kind of guessing that the Maquis Part 1 is going to be a Cardassian episode. And so orange lighting, I think, will work very well for both these episodes. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon of uncut and early access reactions to my TV show reactions like DS9 that come out up to 3 weeks early, as well as exclusive Patreon merch. If you're watching this on YouTube, then on Patreon, the season 2 finale of DS9 has just come out, and so you can check out all of season 2 over on Patreon right now. Thank you so much if you do, and now let's get back to the reaction. Okay, let's dive into these episodes. I am really, really excited, and I have no idea what to expect. Just people really like these episodes. Like the next 4 episodes, I think are going to be really, really good because we have Blood Oath, and then the Maquis Part 1, and then next week is the Maquis Part 2 and The Wire. Everyone is talking about The Wire and how good that is, so I'm really excited for these next 2 weeks of Star Trek. Anyways, I hope you enjoy my reaction to episode 19 of season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Blood Oath.
Fighting the Battle of Klach Dach Brach or some such thing over in...
Hey, that's a pretty epic sounding battle.
Legendary Klingon victory over the Romulans almost a century ago.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
On the door, he sealed himself in. I threatened to shut off the power. He threatened to kill me.
That's fair.
Violent. It's bloody. But to the Klingons, it's entertainment.
It's entertainment for them. I bet they pay well for it.
No, he said he'll kill you. Shut it off.
Quark's like, wait, I don't want to die though. Oh my god, he's drunk.
People are waiting to celebrate your victory. Lead the way, then.
Lead the way, more drinks on me. What is it, Odo?
How did you get in here?
Hello.
I am Koloth.
Oh!
Must be a very brave man to attempt humor at the expense of a Klingon Dahar master.
Dahar master? Hold on a second.
Kor!
Core! I know these names. I know these names.
Go into battle with one whose honor is washed away in Brestanti ale. Keep him!
Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Nah, I'll go back to sleep. It's fine. I'm tired anyways. By the way, I also know that Errand of Mercy, I'm pretty sure, and The Trouble with Tribbles were good watches before this episode as well. I'd seen those about 5 months ago, so I have seen them. It's just they're in the back of my mind. I need to pull them out for this episode. But Day of the Dove, I watched very recently. Very recently, like 3 days ago or something like that. Star Trek Deep Space Nine! Klingon episode. If we're seeing old Klingons like this, like we're seeing Koloth, I think his name was, and the other guy, Kor, I'm hoping we see Kang as well, because I really liked Kang in Day of the Dove.
A Klingon afternoon?
Every time Klingons visit the station, I wind up with a Klingon after.
Kang is in this episode! Did you see that? Did you see that title card?
Get the pleasure of listening to his repertoire. Kor, Dahar, master of the...
Oh, Dax knows these people probably.
No, it was Koloth.
Koloth. Come with me, Odo.
Dude, this is so exciting. This is so exciting. I bet none of you expected these characters to come into DS9.
Hello, Kor.
I'm thirsty.
Let him out.
Same. I'm thirsty too. Have a drink for you, Kor.
On that.
And I, who was Curzon Dax, lift my Goptu to you.
Oh, wow.
And your left Keyvon aches every time your ship hits Warbait.
Oh, wait, this is so cool.
A Kiamo-looking woman. Kiss me.
Well, kiss me.
Come on, Kor, let's go find Koloth.
Koloth's here.
But you just met him. This guy is so drunk, but that was really sweet, guys.
I used to call you Dak Turak, Iceman. Because no
He's like, what? Who are you?
Do you not recognize our old friend, Dax?
No.
This is a mistake. Kang must not have known.
But what a beautiful mistake.
Oh, wait. This is meant to be.
could it possibly mean that he's...
Yes. That is exactly.
Kang!
I have found the albino.
Wait, this is so sick. It's so weird seeing him in his TOS form, where he's just a man with a beard, basically, and now he's in actual Klingon form.
Are no one's godfather.
I am Dax, godfather of your son.
Interesting.
To seek vengeance.
Don't mistake a new face for a new soul king.
Interesting. A blood oath for vengeance.
Oh, brother, sister, what's the difference? We're all here now.
Thank you, Kor.
An amulet she wore around her neck was delivered to me by messenger. In it was a location,
Oh my god.
albino sanctuary.
Who is the albino?
Certain that he's still there.
I have.
Or maybe Klingons just hate albino people, so they're just tracking them down. I don't know.
He has been hiding there for nearly a quarter of a century.
It's a long time.
We'll reach the albino. And when we do, I will cut his heart out.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Watches me with his dying breath.
Oh my god, Kang. Kind of epic, but what did this guy do?
He was a good man. He deserved to die in battle. It pains me.
I like how much they like Curzon.
Curzon was decorated many times for his diplomatic achievements, but no honor touched him as deeply as yours.
Oh, really?
Who truly seemed to understand the Klingon nature.
Well, there was always a bit of Klingon nature.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I know that each new host has no obligation to past commitments.
And I know that a Klingon blood oath can never be broken.
Okay, Jadzia.
Empire made worlds tremble. Now, our warriors are opening restaurants and serving rack to the grand.
Hey, you know what? The Klingon guy on this station, doesn't deserve this hate. That opera singing chef.
You are released from Curzon's oath. You owe nothing to any of us.
Wow. Also, I love the way Kang speaks. I don't know why. He just has such a good ganter. Is that the way you would say it?
How many people did you kill?
Oh, wow.
Faceless Cardassians? Or did you know who you were killing?
Why are we talking about this?
Yeah, why, Dax?
Why?
Yes, Kira, keep going.
Me?
Yes.
Tell me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kira knows the look, man.
Led by an albino raiding Klingon colonies.
Okay.
Most of them were captured, but the albino escaped.
And he's been on the run ever since.
To take revenge on the firstborn of each of the 3 captains.
Oh.
Innocent children with a genetic virus that killed them.
What?
One of them was my godson.
What? All 3 of them lost kids?
Curzon took a blood oath.
I can still remember the boy's funeral.
Oh my god.
Every new life for a Trill has to be a new life. If not, you'd wind up paying off old debts forever.
Yeah, Kira does have a point here. But it must be hard.
But I do. I know it. I feel it.
Wow, this is so interesting, guys.
Experience with killing, if you're wondering what it's like. When you take someone's life, you lose a part of your own as well.
Oh, wow. Oh, I got chills from that. This is a heavy episode.
Need another arm.
I say this is a heavy episode and we have flipping Core over here flirting with 2 girls.
Kang and Koloth don't want me to come with you.
Well, Kang thinks too much. Koloth doesn't feel enough. The splendor of fighting and killing, a bloodbath, and the cause of vengeance. Who wouldn't want it?
Yeah, who wouldn't want that? I want a cub, yeah.
And if Kang's made up his mind, there's nothing I can do.
And you call yourself a history teacher?
Oh.
Weight I carry now, dear comrade, is my own bulbous body.
Oh my god.
Once, if you remember, far less than you see, and far more than I've become.
Oh wow. The way he just stared off there.
Sorry.
This reminds me of that episode from TNG called Relics. Okay. Okay. Oh wow, that's epic.
For him to bond himself to us in a blood oath.
That's a lie.
Are you...
It's a lie.
My part of the oath.
Your presence will jeopardize the rest of us.
Why?
Diameter of 5 centimeters. Blades, composite baconite.
Oh, that was sick.
To die?
Your hand would never slip. Unless you've become old and feeble.
Oh, let's go.
Come on, Koloth. Surely you can take me down.
They're kind of cool weapons, don't you think? Oh, the other Klingons are watching. Both of them. Dax is playing very defensively. Oh. I was kind of hoping Dax would win, but it makes sense Koloth would win.
It's the albino. We'll do honor to our cause.
Okay. Okay, she proved herself.
Is agreed then.
No! I tell you now, you will not be part of the quest.
What? Why? Is it the exact same actors playing their roles from when they first made their appearances? Or is it different people?
You can't deny my right for vengeance.
Yeah, you're right, Dax.
Right in the middle of that long-winded speech of yours. You should have seen the look on your face.
Oh, I bet it was priceless.
Getting you angry with me was the only way to begin to create a bond between us.
Oh, interesting.
By allowing you to die in Curzon's place.
Who's talking about dying? I have no intention of dying.
Yeah, Dax can fend for herself.
Perhaps you're right. Klingon honor isn't what it used to be.
Oh my god.
Trying to anger me again.
Yeah, a little bit.
It worked. Come and fight with us. Come and be damned.
Well, at least she can come now. That's good.
I was just about to come see you.
No.
No what?
No leave of absence.
Oh, interesting.
And now you plan to go out and kill in his name. What about the laws of the Federation?
The Klingons have their own
Cisco's got a point here.
respect their codes of honor in this matter, yes.
You really think you're capable of doing this?
I don't think Dax is capable of killing.
You expect to come back here and resume your duties as though nothing's happened?
Oh my god.
I guess that'll be up to you.
This is actually a big episode for Dax right now. She's about to find out if she's capable of killing. She may not have a job. She'll have a job, but she may not have a job.
Main power source is here. There is an armory there.
Any information?
You think she'll stop them from killing the albino?
50 meters apart.
Fine, it makes no difference.
Doesn't it?
It does make a difference.
I want him to see us coming. I say we make a direct attack, boldly through the threshold.
Wow. Balls to the walls, guns blazing. That's his idea, strategy.
Or a glorious death?
It is a good day to die.
It is a good day to die hard. Let's go.
A Klingon warrior is always prepared to die.
Yes.
But they don't want to die.
Fight death with a direct assault against a superior force.
Yeah, it's almost like he wants to die.
This is not a plan for battle. It's a plan for suicide.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's why you didn't want me to come. Because you knew you were coming to die.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay.
Or to send 40 of his strongest, most skilled men against us in honorable battle.
Oh, wow.
But why?
So it's basically set up for them to die.
You know what, Kang? I think you Klingons embrace death too easily.
Yeah, me too.
I think an honorable victory is better than an honorable defeat.
Yeah, I agree.
Bombard the compound with tetrion particles. Every directed energy weapon would be neutralized.
Okay, good idea, Dax. That's why she's a scientist, a big brain over here.
We're about 40 minutes from the Sakara system. I think we should cloak, and then you and I, old friend, should sharpen our blades too.
Okay, let's do this.
It is a good day to live.
Ooh. Oh, that gave me chills, actually. What the heck? Are we actually going to get to see some of this fight? I want to see the albino. I want to see the albino. And if he's not albino, then I'll be disappointed.
How do we know that he's even inside?
Good question.
You just have to hope, I feel.
Where are you going?
I'm going to find out if he's inside.
Well, how, Koloth?
I'll ask somebody.
No way. No way. Hey, is the albino inside? Just passing by. Just asking.
With all due respect, none of you are as quick as you once were. I'll volunteer for that job.
Okay, Dax. Excuse me, is the albino inside? Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Michaelis, guide us on this day of vengeance.
Yeah! Oh, my hand's in there too. Guys, this is so epic. What the heck? These 3 old Klingon masters and Dax.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where the tennis courts are? I seem to be lost.
The tennis courts? We don't have tennis on this planet. Only space squash. Holy beans and fries. Oh, is he the albino? That makes sense if he's the albino. And your phasers aren't working, loser.
Use long-range sensors to check for interference from a cloaked ship in orbit.
Wow, he just knows. He's smart.
And combat.
And there goes the power.
Yourself. I don't want that Klingon filth to get in this house.
Oh my god. It's too late, boyo.
Prisoner's killer of children.
Oh, that's so epic. Oh, that shot was so epic. I always find it funny that this is like a slaughter, but there's no blood. Maybe the weapons are so sharp, they don't make anyone bleed. They just kill. Oh no! He better not die. Okay, Kang. Okay, Dax.
I will not die before you do, you thunderous bulk.
So fair.
The children of all Klingons will know of this day.
Oh no. Oh no, Koloth. Oh, there he is. Face to face. Oh my god. Go, Kang, go! Go, Kang, go! Look at the lighting. I love the lighting. Oh no. Oh no! Oh.
No vengeance today, Kang.
Yeah? Well, Dax is here now, baby.
Of course. You're far too young.
Is she going to kill?
Use it If that's what you came to do.
Oh my god.
Dear.
She didn't have to kill. Oh, thank you. She didn't have to kill.
You have honored me one last time. Godfather to my son.
Oh, Kang. Are all of them gonna die here?
I was right, Dax. It is a good day to die.
Oh no. Oh. I have so many chills right now. That was such a good moment. It's never a good day to lose a friend. The silence besides the crackling of the fire. Oh my god. DS9 is good, man. Wow, what an ending to this episode. Wow, what an ending to this episode, guys. Wow, wow, wow. Just silence for like 2 minutes. No talking. Maybe a little singing. Oh my god, DS9 is so good. That was a great episode. And that was my reaction to episode 19 of season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine Blood Oath. And that episode was really, really good. And I can understand now why you'd want. I'm pretty sure Errand of Mercy is one of them. I know the Trouble of Tribbles is one of them, and I know Day of the Dove is one of them. I'm pretty sure I understand quite well now why those 3 episodes are not necessarily important viewing. I feel like you could go into this episode not having seen any of those episodes and still get a pretty good enjoyment out of it, but it's more so for the nostalgia factor and just for you to go, oh, I remember these guys, you know what I mean? Maybe you'd have a little bit more attachment to them as characters because you've seen them before, but I understand why people would want me to go into this episode watching those 3. Luckily for you guys, I watched Errand of Mercy and I watched Trouble with Tribbles on the channel 4 or 5 months ago when I watched TOS. You can check out those reactions. And lucky for you guys, I watched Day of the Dove about, I don't know, 4 days ago, 3 days ago for the channel, and you can check out that reaction if you haven't yet, where you meet Kang for the first time. And let me tell you, I love Kang. Kang was so awesome in the Day of the Dove episode, and Kang was so awesome in this episode, and it was just really cool in general to see Kor, to see Koloth, and to see Kang together again. I'm not sure if they were the same actors. I don't remember any of the actors' names for those 3 characters, but if they were, then so cool to bring the same actors back. And if they weren't, then I thought that all the new actors did a really good job feeling like they're those old characters, you know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure they would be the same actors, but again, I'm not 100% sure, so please just let me know, especially for the guy who plays Kang, because I thought Kang felt the exact same, because Day of the Dove is so recent on my mind, Kang felt the exact same as he did in the Day of the Dove episode in TOS. Like, it was just so uncanny, and I was like, if this is a new guy, he's doing an incredible job. If this is the old actor, he's doing an incredible job embodying this character again. I love the gait of his voice, the way he talked like this, you know what I mean. You know, I don't know, it was just, there's something so powerful and charming about it. I loved it so much. But yeah, really interesting Dax episode, really interesting Klingon episode, and I loved the concept of the Blood Oath and how that passed between 2 different generations of Trill, if you know what I mean. Like, it was Curzon Dax who made this Blood Oath, who is the godfather of Kang's child and stuff like that, but since Jadzia Dax is the new version of that, they kind of didn't trust her at first. They didn't see her as the same as Curzon and stuff, and she isn't the same as Curzon per se, but she does retain all of Curzon's memories and all of his emotions and stuff, so in that way she is the same as Curzon, but I feel like she is also more. I feel like this is how Trills work, right? You are the person from the past, you know what I mean? Like, you are that person from the past, but then you are more than that person as well, because you have this new added experience that you are in the present day, you know what I mean? So the first Trill is just that person, then the second version of that Trill is the first person plus someone else, so more, and then the third person is the first 2 plus someone else, so it's always like a plus added on. You're always something more than your predecessor because you retain all that information, but you evolve and you grow from it, you know what I mean? So this was actually a really good episode that embodied that, I think, aspect of the Trill, which is so interesting, and the Klingons kind of came to understand that as well, that Jadzia is going to honor this oath. Jadzia is Curzon in a way, like, she still feels for the Godson, she still feels for the children that were slaughtered by this flippin', I forget the name of it right now, albino, by this flippin' albino looking Klingon guy, you know what I mean? She still feels and cares for these 3 old Klingon general war heroes, whatever you want to call them. Really cool. I also really like the dynamics between the 3 Klingons, as I just thought it was so awesome, just like their demeanor and their rapport with each other and stuff like that, and how they all were very distinctly different as well. You know, one of them was a little bit more humorous, one of them thought too much, and one of them didn't feel as much as he should, you know what I mean, as Core put it in the bar. That was really awesome. And then of course the ending of this episode was absolutely phenomenal. Really sad that Kang died, really sad that Koloth died, but really great endings for their characters. I like that Kang was the one who got to kill the albino, and then he said, "You let me kill him, like that is the greatest honor, that you have bestowed an honor upon me one more time, whatever. Today is a good day to die," that line. And then when flippin' Dax was like, "It's never a good day to lose a friend," and then there's just silence, and then you just hear Core singing over the silence, then maybe you hear some of the fire crackling in the background. Really powerful. And then Dax coming back to the station, and I was getting chills at this point. Dax coming back to the station, Cisco doesn't say anything, Kira gives Dax a look but doesn't say anything, Dax looks at Kira, doesn't say anything. The episode ends. Just so much was conveyed through no dialogue, you know what I mean? Just so much sadness, so much grief, maybe a little bit of pride that she didn't kill the albino. Maybe not pride is the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying here, right? Like, she didn't kill the albino, so she didn't lose a piece of herself, and she was able to help her friends, but she did lose 2 of her friends in the process. So I don't know, it was just a good and heavy ending. Like, it was a good ending because the albino died, but a heavy ending because Kang and Koloth died and Dax lost 2 friends. But yeah, I loved this episode. I'm glad I watched those 3 episodes because I had a little bit more connection to these characters. And yeah, let's get into what a lot of people have been talking about while I've been watching season 2, a much anticipated 2-parter. Today we're only going to be watching part 1, and next week we are going to be finishing it off with part 2, and then also The Wire, which is a very anticipated episode, if I can put it lightly. People want me to watch that. But first, let's get into the Maquis part 1. Hope you enjoy episode 20 of season 2 of Deep Space Nine, the Maquis part 1. I know I just said the title, but I had to say it again. Anyways, hope you enjoy. Must be a Cardassian episode because we have a Cardassian ship here. Also, when I was watching TNG, I know TNG Season 7 and DS9 were coming out at the same time. I think DS9 Cardassians, for some reason, look better. I don't know why, but I think they look better. They look more realistic. TNG ones look a little bit cheaper for some reason. What's this guy doing? Sabotage?
Better.
Acknowledged.
Feel like getting together for dinner tonight?
Can't.
Yeah, I'll come.
You're going out on a date with him?
Dax on a date?
It's not his fault Galamites have transparent skulls.
That's kind of sick.
Look, when I kiss a man goodnight, I like to know where I'm kissing him.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm not the one who dates Ferengis.
And what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
I think Dax just dates everyone. I like it. I'm kind of sad she's not going on a date with Frank, though.
That's funny. I'm picking up elevated.
Oh no.
Shut down your engines!
Oh no. Oh my god.
Impulse overload. Checking.
Ops to all engines.
Sabotage. The ship got exploded.
There's no one left to rescue.
Oh my god. Politically, this is going to be very bad. This is how wars start, you know what I mean? A sabotage, someone kills another party, that party gets angry, boom, wars start. This is exciting. Woo! This is exciting. And when Cardassians are angry, it's even more exciting. Star Trek Deep Space Nine! I wonder who that chump was who flippin' destroyed the Cardassian ship. Whoa. Oh, when you see part 1 in any show, you're like, oh, it's gonna be good.
Not a word. All Bajoran outposts have been put on alert for retaliatory strikes.
Oh, wow.
Responsibility.
Well, maybe it really was an accident. I mean, it is.
No, it definitely was not an accident.
Well, there was.
Meaning?
I'm not quite sure yet.
Was Macassium some kind of explosive?
Yeah, what is Macassium?
I find any evidence of an explosive device because I'm pretty sure it was an implosive protomatter device.
What?
Pulse drive system.
If a protomatter device was attached to the crossfeeds, That could have created the overload.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Yes, I know. Get it started. I'll tell the admirals. Cisco out.
Time is something that Cisco does not have at the moment.
Hi, Calvin.
Jadzia Da.
Who are you?
Goodness. Well, you look a lot better than when last I saw you.
That's funny.
You must be concerned about the colony's
Oh, the new
security at a time
demilitarized
like this.
zone.
Well, we haven't noticed
Is this the same thing that was mentioned in Journey's End?
Don't you find things a little uncomfortable?
Oh no, she's a good officer.
Yes, but
Why is the chair facing away from the couch?
is Jake.
As tall as me? No. He throws inside to knock the old man off the plate.
A little chip.
He's still talking about baseball.
He's growing up too fast.
Is that the clock in the background that he made in that first season episode?
I heard about Gretchen. I wanted to be there for you. There was just no way to get back.
Oh, man.
I thought these colonists wanted to stay, that they refused to evacuate.
The treaty gave away their territory to the Cardassians.
Oh!
These people had invested their lives in. Now, Ben, if you...
Are these the same people from the Journey's End episode?
Because they know we'd protect them, but they have no intention of doing the same for ours.
Well, how do you know?
We've been asked to assess the potential risk.
There is no risk, Ben.
No, there's risk.
None.
How is there not risk?
If I were you, I'd be very concerned with security along the Bajoran border.
Yeah, maybe. It's weird that the Cardassians haven't contacted them.
You and I both know they never let you see what you expect to see. They'll respond.
Yeah, it's weird that they're taking their time though, you know what I mean? Usually they're very upfront about this stuff, and every episode we've seen, they've called immediately. They've known immediately. And who are you? Who are you, pleb? Do you think this is a ploy from an outside force to break the treaty?
You are counting your receipts. It is logical to conclude you are the proprietor of the establishment.
You're
a Vulcan.
such a handsome young woman. What do you have to drink? Wait a minute. I have just the thing.
What do Vulcans drink? Water?
3 centuries old.
3 centuries? Wow, aged to perfection.
Would be acceptable.
That would be wonderful. How does 8 sound to your tummy?
I will return then.
Okay, okay. Quark's really good at talking to different species, you know what I mean? Oh, interesting. Interesting! What's going on? The guy who bombed the ship has now been kidnapped.
Your son is not here, Commander.
Ducat.
Oh my god, it's Ducat.
You wound me, sir. I'm here as your friend.
Cisco
You're never here as a friend.
and made your way here without anyone seeing you.
I was the commander of this station for almost 10 years.
That is true. He would know every nook and cranny.
Kira to Cisco. Jake's fine, Commander. He's with Nog watching the women coming off the Bajoran transported.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
The Bak Nor?
Is this the Cardassian Central Command's way of responding to my communiques?
I think this is actually Gul Dukat, man.
Central Command has no idea I'm here.
Yeah, he actually came as a friend, I think.
You know who's responsible?
I do?
Who?
You are?
What? Meaning the Federation?
You're not one to sneak around attaching implosion devices to impulse engines.
Oh, he does know. Word gets around.
It's my job to convince you, so you can clean up your own house instead of forcing us to do it for you.
Wait, this is interesting.
Not so demilitarized, I'm afraid.
Wait, I am actually really excited. Why is he here? Does he have a second plan, or is he actually here as a friend?
Commander, I'm not going to sit here and steal your little technical secrets, I promise you.
Yeah, what secrets are on a runabout anyways?
Education is power. Joy is vulnerability. What?
That's a way of thinking.
All the humans I've met, you strike me as the most joyless and the least vulnerable.
Oh my god, the least. The most joyless.
Just curious. It really doesn't matter. Cardassian pursuit vessels are years ahead of this design.
Oh my god, Gul Dukat, man, he is so funny.
I'm reading 2 Cardassian attack vessels just inside the demilitarized zone.
Inside.
Warp 3. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. I'm as curious about this as you are.
Do you think he actually is curious about this? I can never read Gul Dukat, which makes him such an interesting character.
Ships, are they patrol cruisers? No, much smaller. They look like shuttlecraft.
I'm gonna trust him for now.
To the pilots of the Cardassian attack vessels, this is Gul Dukat, commander of the Second Order. Please respond.
No response. That's not Cardassian like.
We're still 2 minutes away. The Federation vessel's shields are down to 40%.
Hail those Cardassians.
I feel like the ship is gonna explode.
Answer me immediately, or I personally will fire the photons that will destroy you.
Wow. He's serious about this.
I knew all about these controls before I ever came on board. Tell me when we're in torpedo range.
He knew everything. That's so epic.
Picking up another ship moving toward them.
Dude, I love how much we're getting.
It almost seems like someone has modified an old support courier.
What if all of these are fake?
No response.
Like these aren't Cardassian ships and these aren't Federation ships.
From one of your colonies, perhaps?
Oh god. The Cardassian ships are gone. Wow, this is so interesting. I love how he alluded to it earlier, the militarized zone, or the demilitarized zone, not so demilitarized.
And a wonderful meal for us, starting with plow leek soup.
Actually, I'm not hungry.
It's the most special occasion for any Ferengi. It's a cause for opening great bottles of wine.
Oh my god, Rom.
Wild woman screaming to get out. Maybe by the end of the night, you'll be dancing on the tabletops.
That would be pretty epic, actually. But I don't think Vulcans get drunk.
This transaction is governed by 285 rules of acquisition to ensure a fair...
285, wow.
Code of behavior for business transactions
is logical
and quite reassuring.
Okay.
Mental personal freedoms of every Vulcan citizen.
Same thing, exactly.
Same thing.
Exactly felt the same way about me. You're a noble people, and I salute you.
Quark is a great businessman, I swear.
I am prepared to pay in Latinum, and I will very likely need a continuous supply for the foreseeable future.
This is big business. So there's like an extra party. There's like a third party here.
I'm not sure yet. Gul Dukat asked me to accompany him.
Dukat, no one informed us you were...
Ah, and this guy's from Journey's End.
...in organized terrorist activities against the Cardassian people, deliberately undermining this treaty.
Wait, interesting.
Photon torpedoes.
Explain why your ships were armed with Gala-class phaser banks.
Yeah.
Operation terrorist responsible for the destruction of the Bok Nor at your station, Commander.
Confession.
Interesting, really. The guy that was kidnapped.
His 2 female children, aged 14 and 12. He was quite cooperative once we apprehended him on Deep Space Nine.
So those people who kidnapped him were working for the Cardassians. Oh my god, they actually got him.
Participating in this arbitrary attack that led to the deaths of over 75 crewmen.
75.
I'm sorry, and I love you.
Yeah, he's never being seen again.
I believe he truly felt remorse.
We want to talk to him ourselves.
Bring him in.
Oh, he's here.
Side in his cell.
Oh, never mind.
Go on, we'll talk later.
We can't let them get away with this.
We'll talk later, you go on.
No, this guy actually did this though, that's the thing. So interesting, because there's not that much protection for both governments in the demilitarized zone, right? That's what they were saying in Journey's End at least. And now there's almost like a little war happening between the two parties in that zone anyways.
And the Federation told him he had to give it all up to the Cardassians.
Because of the treaty.
Not a day goes by when there's not some random act of violence against our people.
But there's also violence against the Cardassians, no?
Risk sending weapons into the demilitarized zone and breaking the treaty?
I think they'll find a way to do it that's not so obvious.
Wow, everyone is so paranoid, you know?
Through a third party, the Uridians.
That sounds about right.
That's true, that did happen.
If it was, then the transfer was made before the ship reached the station.
The Vulcan.
Sausage and beer all around. And everyone's idea of a good time was the Mazurka Festival.
Yeah, you're in the middle of a very tense and heavy situation at the moment.
Out of you and those lederhosen.
I still have the hat.
I want to see Cisco In a, what, lederhosen?
Those people have every right to defend themselves. When the Federation said goodbye to them, they left them no other choice.
Wow, this is so interesting. And I just feel like both sides in the demilitarized zone are getting weapons, amping up, and have the right to defend themselves because both governments abandoned them.
A good interrogator doesn't allow his subject to die. You lose the advantage. And lest we forget, your man was responsible for the deaths of 78 innocent.
Yeah, don't forget about that.
Militarized zone.
It could have rendezvoused with someone else. With the Lesepians, maybe.
Yeah, it could have.
To find some justification for this mass murder to ease your Federation.
But there might not be. There might not be.
And on the lives of my children, I swear to you, it was not.
I trust him.
I didn't know you had children.
I didn't either, though. 7! Wow, he got busy. Whatever his children's names. Gold the dog. The dog, the frog. Because this guy's name's Ducat.
Wouldn't hurt to give it a quick count, I suppose.
I will have it brought to your quarters.
I'll do it in yours.
Perhaps in the future. I do find you intriguing, Quark.
Intriguing. That's the biggest compliment I think I've ever heard for Quark.
Some of the Bajoran deputies are still around from the good old days when I was in charge.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Only that.
Not only that, it was a Federation implosive device.
Yes, sir.
He knows.
From the casing of the device itself.
Which means that Samuel probably did it.
Tell them some reckless colonist in the demilitarized zone blew up the Bacnor. There's no further threat of Cardassian reprisals to Bajor.
Yeah, I agree at the moment.
Are we facing the prospect of war here?
Not if I can help it.
Yeah, but you are.
I've got people out there killing people, Major.
Well, they don't have a right to defend themselves?
They've crossed the line. They chose to live with the Cardassians.
Well, I didn't.
Oh my god.
And every Bajoran lived with them in constant fear. I know what those...
Okay, Kira.
You'd suggest the Federation not keep our side of the bargain either. Perhaps by arming these...
Cisco brings up a good point.
Tell you one thing for certain.
That's just gonna lead to war.
And if Starfleet can't understand that, then the Federation is even more naive than I already think it is.
Wow. He said leave. He said leave.
To relieve you. There must be some mistake. I just reported for duty an hour.
Oh, come off it.
We have been asked to escort you to Airlock 11, sir.
A Cardassian freighter's just arrived.
Airlock 11. Don't go in. Don't go in.
Comfortably asleep in his quarters, I hope.
Oh my god.
Remember me?
Oh my god, calm down, guys. Okay, Ducat. Oh. Oh no, Ducat. This is kind of crossing the line, I have to say. They're actually inciting a full-fledged war, not just in the demilitarized zone, but like fully zone, you know? My English was not good.
During the occupation.
Say what you like. It was safer then.
Oh wow, Odo.
I want a complete review of all security measures on board this station.
I'll be delighted.
I love how on edge everyone is.
Signature for my sensor records.
No problem, Commander. I've got it.
Last known course.
That was fast, O'Brien.
Get a general transmission. If it changes course, someone should spot it.
Do it.
Interesting.
The registry is forged.
Doctor,
oh, the knee slap? Oh, let's get to business.
Mission from somewhere in the demilitarized zone. A group there is taking credit for the kidnapping of Ducat.
Oh my god.
The Maquis.
The Maquis, not the Maquis. The Maquis. Okay, I'm glad someone said it.
Their heading takes them into the Badlands.
I like that Bashir is just here.
Maquis are Federation colonists.
We're going to get Gul Dukat back by any means necessary.
Even if we...
Any means. Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Oh.
I'm glad to see you had no trouble finding us, Ben.
Oh my god.
It seems
keeps
bringing us back together again.
I should have guessed he was in charge. No. Oh man, now I have to wait a week. Oh, that was such a good episode. I should have guessed that guy was in charge. I should have guessed. Oh, it was obvious. It was in my face. It's okay. That episode was so good. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm just hyped right now, guys. I'm hyped. And that was my reaction to, hold on a sec, I need to think about what the title was called, the Maquis part 1. I think that's how Kira said it, the Maquis. I'm gonna call it the Maquis still, but I'm pretty sure Kira said it differently. She said it once. I don't remember how she said it anymore. I don't know. It just kind of went in my mind and then went out of my mind because of the flippin' ending of this episode was so good. But the Maquis part 1, episode 20 of season 2 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, part 1 of a very anticipated two-parter. And yeah, this episode was so good. First of all, really glad that I watched Journey's End before this episode. If you haven't seen my reaction to it, you can check out my reaction to TNG's Journey's End, which is kind of like a really good first chapter to this story because it goes over the treaty, it goes over this demilitarized zone, and it goes into one of the colonies of it. It's like an indigenous colony and stuff like that, full of indigenous people from Earth who colonized it 20 years ago and have been searching for a home 200 years ago and stuff. Anyways, it's a really nice little episode that gets you into the Maquis part 1. And yeah, this episode was just rife with tension. What a good word, rife. But just rife with tension, with suspense, and just intrigue as well. The political ramifications that this episode or this two-parter could have on the overarching story of DS9, it could be massive. I think things will get resolved. I don't know how well they will get resolved though, but I have a feeling things will get resolved so that there's no war happening at the end of part 2. But that being said, I don't think one episode, I don't think part 2 will be enough time to end all tensions between the colonies, the Cardassians, and the Federation. You know what I mean? I think there is going to be still some tensions at the end. Gul Dukat, man, he was so great in this episode. We got to see him for so long as well. Usually he's in the show and we see him for about 5 minutes of the 45-minute episode, or he'll be on screen talking to someone, talking to Cisco or something, or he'll be there in the episode, but he doesn't have that much screen time. He's really awesome, but he doesn't have that much screen time. He just owns the show when he's on screen. But he was kind of like a main character in this episode. Him and Cisco were having a buddy road trip kind of deal for a little bit when they were on the runabout going to the planet, seeing those ships fight. They were talking in Cisco's room for a bit. He gets kidnapped at the end of this episode. There were a lot of Gul Dukat moments, and we actually learned a little bit about him. We learned he has 7 kids, and I honestly feel like I trust him a little bit more. Granted, he is a very slippery fellow, and he does have second plans and third plans, and whenever he says something, you really have to think about if he's saying something or if he's saying something else, you know what I mean? But I do think that he actually appreciates Cisco, and I do think that he wants to end this. I don't know what his reasoning for ending this is. I don't know if he agrees with the treaty or if he just doesn't want a war at the moment, because that would be bad, because he does have his own agenda in this. But I do trust him, which is so fun, and I do trust Gul Dukat at the moment, and I trust his relationship with Cisco. I trust that what he's saying right now about how he wants to end this, how he wants to stop the Cardassians from doing stuff, and how he thinks of Cisco as an honorable man. I feel like I trust him, and this episode has made me trust him a little bit. I don't know. Maybe he'll turn around. I don't think he'll ever be a good guy. I don't think he'll ever be a good guy, but I do think there is some honor in him, more honor than I anticipated, actually. And I don't know, I really like him, and I'm so glad he had so much time in this episode, and that Cisco and him spent so much time together, because they are 2 interesting characters. And speaking of Cisco, oh my god, Cisco was phenomenal in this episode. The power that that actor has with his voice is phenomenal. He just commands a scene at time when he's yelling, or when he's not yelling at Kira, but when he's talking to Kira and they're exchanging those words, and Cisco's we have to stop the colonies, but Kira's the colonies have a right to defend themselves, and they're just going back and forth, and there's so much power and ferocity, especially in Kira's voice for sure, but in Cisco's voice definitely, you know what I mean? It's just, I couldn't take my eyes away from the screen. But even in the quieter moments, when he's talking to Gul Dukat in his room, you can just I don't know, there's something just so captivating about Cisco and the way that he is performed, the way that the actor, I forget his name the actor's name at the moment. I do know his name, I just forget his name at the moment, but the way that the actor just has Cisco. It has like his demeanor, the way he talks, the cadence of his voice, just it's so captivating. And Cisco was phenomenal in this episode. But yeah, I think my greatest question is the political outcome and the worldwide outcome of this treaty, and how the next episode is going to resolve this. If it even resolves this, it might not resolve this at all, but just the political ramifications of this episode and how tense everything is already. Things are just getting tenser and tenser and tenser by the second, and I don't know how this is going to end. The next episode could end in war. The next episode could end in a crumbling of a treaty. If the treaty crumbles, war, I feel like, is very much on the table, because then you have a big undisputed area with the demilitarized zone and the planets with Federation colonies and Cardassian colonies that were under different control because of the treaty. But if the treaty goes, then who controls what at that point? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, and it's very exciting stuff. I feel like the treaty won't stay. I feel like the treaty is too weak to stand, at least for a long amount of time. Maybe it'll stand at the end of the Maquis Part 2. I don't think it'll stand for that long in terms of history, though. I just feel like there's too much conflict happening right now, and even though there were compromises made from both sides, I feel like both sides aren't happy with the treaty, and I don't know, I said something bad, and maybe the next episode will make those fears a reality, or maybe it'll make those fears just a delusion, and maybe I am just pessimistic about this outcome. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens in part 2. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I am in love with Star Trek DS9 at the moment. Blood Oath was an amazing episode with Klingons. The Maquis Part 1, the Maquis Part 1, Maquis Part 1 was a fantastic episode, so full of tension and stress. I was on the edge of my seat. Really cool. I got hyped at the end with the reveal that guy that Cisco's friend was leading this almost like terrorist organization with the colonies and stuff. So interesting, and I'm really excited to see what's in store for us next week with part 2. Keep in mind, guys, that next week we are watching the Maquis Part 2 and The Wire. Those are the 2 episodes next week. 2 hotly anticipated episodes. It's going to be a great week next week. But if you want to watch those episodes now, and if you're watching this on YouTube, this video on YouTube, you can head over to Patreon, where every single episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine is out all the way up into the Season 2 finale. I probably had a fantastic time with the end of Season 2 because it seems like there's so much happening. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Star Trek Deep Space Nine reactions.